Hi, I'm attorney Mark Pollard. I'm on the world famous Brooklyn Promenade. Thank you for listening to this video, and please check out all my videos on pollardjustice.com. Today I want to talk about a very, very good topic that anyone should know about. That is, what is the grand jury process in New York? Well, in New York, if someone is arrested for a felony, the DA must present the case to a grand jury to see if they can get an indictment. What is an indictment? It doesn't mean that the DA has presented evidence where the grand jury finds that the person is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. That happens at a trial, and only a regular jury, in a jury trial or a bench trial where it's a judge, can make that decision. An indictment basically means that the grand jury found that there's enough evidence, sufficient evidence, to believe that a crime has been committed. The bottom line is the job is for the DA to present evidence to a grand jury. What is a grand jury? Basically, a bunch of citizens in that particular county that would hear evidence and decide if there's enough evidence to believe that a crime was committed by the defendant. For example, if someone is charged with a robbery and the victim comes and takes the stand and says that she was robbed, and then 5 minutes later the police came and she picked the defendant out and said, that's him. That might be enough grounds for the grand jury to find an indictment. We call it a true bill. It's important to know that every defendant has a right to testify on his own behalf. The best thing to do is speak to an experienced criminal defense lawyer, and he or she can advise you on when you should testify in the grand jury. The whole grand jury process is so important because roughly 6 days after a person is arrested, the DA must have an indictment voted by the grand jury if the person is incarcerated. If the grand jury fails to give an indictment within approximately 6 days and the person is incarcerated, then the law is they must be released on their own recognizance without any bail. So it's very important to know that if you're in jail, if you're incarcerated, and hopefully no one here will be in that situation, but if you are, that you have the right to testify inside the grand jury to put on your own defense, and you also have the right to make sure that if there is an indictment, that the DA must do it within roughly 6 days, in what we call the 180 date. You have to be indicted, otherwise you will be released from jail. I'm Mark Pollard. Thank you for listening to this video, and again, check out all my videos at pollardjustice.com.